friends. How are you? It's a Saturday night for me. Had a busy day today. I went to a banana pudding festival and then just did some running around with some of my girlfriends from work, going to different stores. We just had a really good time. So I just got home and I wanted to jump on and do a video for you guys because, quite honestly, I wish someone had done this that I could have watched or found out about way before now, because it's kind of problem solution stuff that I have found that works. But let me preface this by saying I am in no way an authority on any of this. Obviously, I do my own makeup. I'm not a professional at it, as you can tell. But it's just things that I find that work for my skin, my hair, self tanner that I like. It's just different things like that. And you may not be interested, but if you are, here's some suggestions I have. But first, before I go into that, if you would be interested or be so kind, if you could please put a comment below where you're watching from. Just put your state or anything. I would love any comments, but at least your state. I've said before in a couple of my other videos, I'm from a small town just outside of Nashville. And so to hear where my video is reaching would be so exciting. I mean, I'm just a small town girl, so just to hear comment or see comments from other places would be so much fun for me. So if you're interested, if you feel comfortable doing it, I sure would appreciate it. I think it would be so much fun. Anyways, on to some of the products I wanted to tell you guys about. And again, I'm not endorsing any of these. I'm not being monetized for it in any way. It's just things that I know there's probably people out there that struggle with the same issues that I have for years. And finally, I mean, a lot of it's that products are becoming much better ingredients, stuff like that. But I mean, if I'd known about some of this way before now, it would have made life a lot easier for me. So the first one I wanted to talk to you about is my oily skin. I have since puberty oily skin. I'm in my 50s now, and oily skin has been something I have dealt with my entire life. I didn't really struggle with acne breakouts, but it was just severe oily skin, congested skin, and clogged pores. It was, and it still is. Even in my 50s, I still struggle with it. And I can tell you, the dermatologist, I've been prescribed retinol. I hate it. It's creamy, and it just feels like a thick layer on my skin. I know everybody loves retinol, prescription grade, but for me, it never worked. So I was watching, I don't know where I saw it. I think it was at Christmas time. It was a promotion for a company called The Ordinary. And if you've never checked out that line, their products are so reasonably priced. And in my opinion, they're excellent grade. Like, for me, what I'm going to tell you about works better for me than retinol as far as my skin issues. So the first one is, and I've tried over-the-counter salicylic acid cleansers, that kind of thing. That didn't help me. But what finally did help me was this. It's The Ordinary. And y'all, I apologize, my nails, I don't know if you've seen on some of my other videos, I've got something going on with my arm, and it makes it, I've lost feeling in some of my part of my hand, and so I can't do my nails. So just bear with me. I apologize. They look pretty hideous. But anyways, on to this. The Ordinary, this particular vial, I don't know if it's not going to pick up. Anyways, it's salicylic acid. And I've bought cleansers with that because I know it's good for oily skin. They never worked. This baby finally has started helping my oily skin and the clogged, like, it was almost like I had, and I wash my skin 2-3 times a day, but I would have a buildup of oil under the skin, and it just looked like little bumps. And so this, I put it on twice a day. I put it on in the morning and at night. But I use this first, and there's really no order. You can do what you want, but this one, if you've got severely oily skin like I do, please try this. I'm not sure of the prices, and I probably should have checked that before I come on, but if you have oily skin, these prices are very reasonable. Very reasonable. Like this may be $9 and something silly like that. They're not expensive. And I get it at Ulta. Sometimes I order it direct from the company because sometimes they'll run sales, and I'll do it that way. But you could just get on, check the prices on this. You're going to be amazed. But I use the salicylic acid first, and then I read where niacinamide was good too for oily skin. I mean, I'd heard all the benefits of it, but I didn't realize it would be good for my oily skin. So I'll put my salicylic acid on first, and then I use the niacinamide. It's this bottle. And I put it on top of it, and I can't tell you how much it's helped my oily skin. So if you're like me, if you've always struggled with oily skin, just try it. Again, I'm not endorsed. I'm just telling you because I know there's probably people out there that have lived with this their entire lives and never had found anything that worked. So just my suggestion. Take it for what it's worth. It may not work for everybody, but it's been really a life changer for me and my skin. Also, being dark-headed, I have struggled with dark facial hair my entire life since puberty. Even my arm hair was like, I would find myself just using a little razor and just cutting it off because it was grossing me out because it was dark and it looks gross on my hands and my arms and facial hair, this area. And I found this. Somebody was on Instagram, I believe, just raving about this product. And I thought, well, I've lived with this my whole life. I've struggled with it. I've been a slave to tweezing facial hair my entire life. Tweezing my eyebrows. I mean, my eyebrows, when I hit puberty, they were so thick. I had like a unibrow, and then I have hair that goes straight down through here. So it's been an issue for me my whole life. Always trying to clean that up, clean this up. And I saw somebody talking about this, and it's on Amazon. It's called Cyperus rotundus oil. And what I will tell you is I've just started using this probably the last couple of months, and it does help. It helps tremendously. It doesn't make it go away. And if you stop using it, it's going to go right back to what you were encountering before you started using it. But what I can tell you is that this product actually works. I've never had anything in my entire life that's worked for that. So it really does help manage facial hair. So again, just my suggestion to try. It's not expensive either. And sometimes I've always thought maybe the more expensive products were better because they were more expensive. And it's taking years on me to realize that that's not always the case. And it's not with these products I've showed you, because this, I don't know, I'm maybe $12 on, don't quote me because I don't remember. Also, being in my 50s, I've noticed it's a whole lot harder to line my eyes. I don't do it anymore under the bottom because I read, as you get older, you shouldn't do that. So I've stopped doing it, but I still line the tops of my eyes. And I never could use a liquid eyeliner, ever. I would make such a mess out of it. But as I've gotten older, I found that pencils, it was dragging and making spaces, and it just didn't look right. So I finally I thought I'm just going to revert back and try it again. Well, I get these from Tarte, and it's a liquid eyeliner. Looks like this. And Even with my hand right now, with my issues and not being steady and not a lot of, oh, what's the word? I don't have strength in my hand, but and feeling. So I thought, well, I'll never be able to do it even now. But even with that, I'm able to line my eyes with this liquid eyeliner. It's a duo, and I will say this is no good. The eyeliner side, the pencil side, it kind of is like some of the others. It drags on my eyelid, but the liquid side is fantastic. Just my suggestion. And as I've gotten older, I've switched to brown. I no longer use black just because it really, in my opinion, it does age. And I read that somewhere that as you get older, you should go to a softer color eyeliner. So that's what I do. Again, just my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. Also, eyebrows. Going back to my whole hair issue growing up. And talking about how, I mean, they used to be so thick, it was horrible. My mother was taking me in the 70s, 1970s. She was taking me to have electrolysis done on my eyebrows because they were so thick. And that's a genetic trait from her side of the family. So it was just a matter of trying to find something that would help kind of tone it down. Well, now, slave all my life to the tweezers and trying to thin them out, because at one point thick eyebrows were not in. Now they've become a whole lot more popular, and now that that's more in, I find that mine are thinning out and they're turning gray. So, and I don't mind admitting it. I mean, it is what it is. When you're in your 50s, this is just stuff you're going to encounter. So I use It Cosmetics, their eyebrow pencil. And then I also use, this one's from Mad Love. It's comparable to the It Cosmetics one, and I love them both. I mean, it stays. I do use a setting spray, which I'll go over in a second, but my suggestion, just something to try, see if it works for you. But I love it. Love it, love it. And going to that, I will go straight into setting spray. And I always thought, again, so many issues with my oily skin. I thought, I'm not going to spray something like that on top of it because it's just going to make it run off. Setting spray works. If you have oily skin and you have not tried it, please try it. At least try it. I've used Urban Decay, and my favorite, I hate to say it, Charlotte Tilbury. It is good. It's expensive. It's pricey unless you can find it like at Christmas time when there's gift sets and stuff like that. Then you get a better buy on it. But even with my oily skin, I'll put my foundation on and my concealer. Then I'll spray it down. And then I put my eyeshadow, blush, everything else on top of that. And spray it down again. I love it. So if you're not using setting spray, at least try it. I mean, my makeup I put this on at 6 a.m. this morning, and it's 8 o'clock tonight. Not that it's perfect. By no means. I'm not perfect. And I'm not touting to be. I'm just saying, even with my oily skin, my makeup is not wiping off like it used to. For so many years, that was a real issue. I would just wipe and my makeup would come off. Let's see. Oh, okay. Also, as I was getting older, I started noticing that I had, my hair would like separate into a part in the back. And I asked my hairstylist about it, and some of this is common sense, and some of you guys may probably already do this, but she told me to take some hair on the crown, just lift it up, tease it, and then I take my curling iron, curl it all the way to the base, so I'm even curling that teased part. And what that does, it gives you, well, kind of that Bridget Bardot hump. You young girls, you won't know about it, but I probably don't have a lot of young girls watching yet. I don't know. If you are, give me a shout out. I'd love to know. But anyways, for the older ladies like myself, that's a good way to keep that hair from separating in the back. So I've started doing that. I don't have that issue anymore. I just tease it, curl it, spray it down, ready to go. So then at the end of the day, there's so much more I can talk about with things I like, but one thing I wanted to touch on today is my makeup remover. For years, I would do it, never ever got my makeup really cleaned off my face. I could wash it a zillion times and I would still go back and there would still be residue from makeup coming off on my washcloth. So again, this was something I saw too. Somebody was promoting it on Instagram and it's on Amazon, and I thought, well, I'll give it a try. I highly recommend this. Who is this? Oh, Bioderma cleansing oil. Sorry. And I get it online because sometimes they'll run it on sale, but I think Walmart has it and plenty of other places. But this is really good. If you struggle with that, trying to find something that will take your makeup off, at least try it. I think they even have little smaller bottles if you want to try, but it's just something, again, I'm not being reimbursed by any of these companies. It's just kind of problem solution stuff I have found as I've gotten older that are helping. So I know I enjoy videos like this where I get information from other ladies out there that may be struggling with stuff just like me. So yeah, if you have that problem, try it. And the last thing I wanted to talk about tonight is self-tanner. I'm pale. I'm really pale. And I don't have it on right now, so it's probably not the best night to tell you guys about it, but I'm going to because I always get so many compliments on it. And it's Bondi Sands. It's not an expensive brand. I know I've seen it at Walmart. I used to get it off QVC because I could get like bundles where you could get the mitt and several other things with it. So that's how I would buy it, or 2 bottles. As pale as I am, I use dark in this, and it's this exact bottle. They've had variations that have come out. They're not as good, in my opinion, as this original, but it's easy to apply. It's a mousse form. I use the mitt. Well, mine came with the mitt, and you just put it on. It doesn't streak. I've had some, I won't say the brands, but they're very popular brands. But for me, when I would put it on my legs, all my H spots, they look like these big, it was just like a radar. You could see all those brown H spots. This just exacerbated that and made it a lot more identifiable. So my legs looked spotty from all my H spots. So if that's something you have struggles with too, you might want to try this as well. It stays on a really long time and it washes off gradually. It's a very realistic tan. There's no orange. There's no offensive smell. I just can't speak highly enough about it. It's good. Or in my opinion, everybody's different, but it's just something I suggest if you want to try it. Bondi Sands. Mousse. Make sure you get the mousse. So that's it tonight. I hope even if one product may help solve a problem somebody out there is having, then it's been worth it for me to jump on and do this video. And if there's anything else, if you have other oily skin issues or questions, maybe I can answer just based on my lifelong struggles with it. So, or if you have suggestions, please, I would urge you to leave them in comments because I'm grateful. Any information I can get to help, just like that facial hair issue, that's something that's bothered me my entire life. So that's all I got for you guys tonight. I hope you all have a wonderful evening or day whenever you're watching this. And if you're not a subscriber to my channel, I would love for you to come on and be part of it. It's really based off me and my little Katie, my little Yorkie, Katie Rose. So we do a lot of videos with her. And as I've said before in many other videos, I'm just ramping up my channel. So I have a lot more things coming. It's just a matter of places I want to go and film. Again, I'm from Tennessee, so I hope to give you a little inside look at lifestyle around my area, Middle Tennessee. So if you're interested, you've not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you be part of our little group. Have a good night, ladies, gentlemen, if you're watching. I doubt it, but have a good night, everybody. I'll see y'all. Have a blessed evening.